Hey, welcome tonight to LinkedIn Live. And tonight we're actually going to go inside of LinkedIn and look and see how to connect with people, how to find the people you want to connect with, both using LinkedIn Premium, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, that is, and just regular LinkedIn. And I'll show you the difference a little. You'll be able to see the difference a little bit. So if everybody can see me, if you can hear me, and all those things, if you could just put a yes down in the comments, that would be great. So if you can see me, if you could put a yes in the comments, and then we're going to get going. So give people a minute to get here. And before we get started, I just want to let you know, we do have an additional training that you could get. You can go to harnesstheweb.net/crushing-it. So that's harnesstheweb.net/crushing-it. And you can go there and you can get additional training, especially on your profile, right? How to really make your profile pop, right? So you'll get that there. And so now let's take a look at what we got going here. And I'm going to go to screen sharing and see if I can make this actually work. Unlike the other day. Hey, there we go. I think we now have it, right? So we're now looking here at LinkedIn, and we're looking at my account, and this is regular LinkedIn. So let's say who do we want to find? Well, let's see. We want to find architects. So we're going to go up here, and we're going to search for people. And yep, okay, there it goes. And we're going to go for people who are in our second level connections. This is one of the big differences. You can only search into your second level pretty much here. And we'll go, let's just go in the United States and see what we get. We don't care what companies. We're going to go to other filters. Oh, see all the filters. And we are going to put in here. Where's our keywords? I guess we had to do that in the beginning. So we'll go back here. We'll put this right here. And we're going to put architect. ARCHITECH. Right? Architecture. Okay, here we go. So now you can see that we're looking for architects, and here's a list of architects in our second level. So we can go through them and go through and see, are these people the people we're looking for? So as we look, I'm going to say they are. And if you want to connect with them, I don't really want to do this, but we can connect simply by going, we'll click their name, and we can read a little bit more about them. Well, cool, great. And we're going to go here, and here we're going to send an invitation. So we're going to type a message in this little box, and then we'll hit send. That's all it takes to go and reach out to those people. Now, you can't do that much in terms of the filtering it down, right? So let's just look what you get. You can filter on your level. You can search for connections of a particular person, which that could be good. If you have like a competitor that you're just trying to, you want to reach people that are liking them, whatever, you could do that. No, I don't know. Anyways, you could do that. You could pick an industry, you could pick past companies, their current companies. So if these are things, their school, and if you could pick interests, those are all things that would be great. I'm going to tell you something about schools. I thought this was really interesting. Yesterday, I saw this. I went to a school called Holy Cross, College of the Holy Cross in Worcester, Mass, right? And one of my friends shared with me something from Conan O'Brien and Stephen Colbert, right? It was a video of those two. And it turns out that their two dads both went to Holy Cross, and they were talking about it. As well did Colbert's, or I'm sorry, sure, I can't even think of his name. Conan O'Brien, his whole family kind of went to Holy Cross. So the point of this is, oh, and here's the other one, and Dr. Fauci, who we got to know and love from the TV for the coronavirus. He went to Holy Cross too. So what was interesting to me was that I never would have known that, right? I never would have known that those guys went to Holy Cross. Now, here's the point. So sometimes looking for your school or a school, you will find that you have an affinity for someone that you never even thought of, right? So that's something to do. So in their case, they're a little bit older than me, but if they were a younger group, I may have found that, oh, look at those guys. This guy went to Holy Cross, and now I could reach out to him because that's where I went to school. I could have gone to somewhere else to school, and I would have found this. But if you begin to type in your school name here, it'll find it if it's in the database here at LinkedIn. So, but that's pretty much it. That's all you can do in terms of who you want to reach out to. So again, I was telling you that we have a web training, if you will, and it's at harnesstheweb.net/crushing it. And you really might want to look at it if you're really serious about using LinkedIn and you want to, really take your profile, which is like the foundation. And I've gone over this before, when I've talked about the framework. If you're looking at the foundation, LinkedIn, your profile is like the cornerstone of the whole foundation, and everything else comes from here. Because like when we reach out to these people here, you can't see me, I'm pointing at the screen. When we reach out to these people here, one of the things they're going to do is they're going to go back and look at our profile, right? So that's really critical. Now, let's go to Sales Navigator and see how this works. Here we go. I got it up. Sales Navigator is actually another application, right? This is a premium. You have to pay for this. If you're going to do a lot of searches, it's probably worthwhile. And in this case, we'll do the same one. We're going to look for architects. And spell. Architect. Right? Okay, great. Now see, this tells us a lot more. It says, okay, so what happened is you came up with 9,000 results, more than 9,000. Well, that's more than that's a lot of people, right? And this just tells us how many they've posted and stuff. So we look at, more than 1,000 have posted in the last 30 days. This gives you an indication of how active they are, right? So we're looking for an architect. Now, what can we do? We can look here. I'd like to look at that. Anyways, that's a custom list. I don't use those. But here, I like to look at people. I like to remove these, right? People that I've viewed or contacted from LinkedIn in the last 30 days or 90 days, I think it is, right? And then the geography, right? I can do the United States. I can get really specific here and get down to zip codes, right? Where do I want to go? I want to go to the postal code. And I'm going to go I'm going to do mine because there'd be almost nobody here. So when I add that, see, what did I tell you? There's going to be nobody here in my zip code because I live in a little rural community. So that would say no, there's nobody here. But so we go here, United States. Well, let's go to, we'll do this though. All right, so we did the United States, and let's do the relationship. So I can first degree, second degree. I can look for group members here, and third degree connections in other people, right? So, but this is big because I can look at group members. I can look at a group of architects, right? And I can go after them to connect with them. I could company that they went through an industry. If I look, I'm interested in a particular industry, how big their company is. Now you can't do this in standard LinkedIn, but this is a big one because, oh, I like to work with small businesses. All right. So I'm going to say 500 employees or less, right? Somebody else may say, oh, I want to only work with big companies, 1,000 or more. The seniority level. I want the owner. I like the owners, partners, CXOs, and VPs. And if you're in Great Britain, director means something different here than there. Okay. So those are those things. What function do they have in the business? What kind of title do they have? And any kind of tags I've given them, right? So that gives us a list. And now here's another cool thing we can do here. Here we can save them. We're going to saw these architects. It's spelled wrong, but anyways. And I want it to update weekly. So every week it's going to run and tell me how many more architects there are. I'm going to save that search, right? So now I can do that. Let me see what I have for save searches. I have a couple here. I do small business owners, right? So let's go back and look at that. That's not what I want. So I'm going to go here and look. Oh, look at small business. There's 1,000 new ones. This is a group that I've done some training with. 1,000 new people have joined us since the last time I looked at it. This group here, there's 356 new ones since the last time I looked at it. So I'm constantly getting new people in Sales Navigator, and it's telling me who these people are. So that's pretty cool. And there's a lot we can do with it. So those are the saved searches. We go back here to home. Hopefully that gives you an idea of what you can do. You know, you're able to go in, you decide who it is you want to reach. You go and find those people. You can literally go through and once you've created a search, you can go through and look and say, are these people the right people, right? And you read their individual profiles, and pretty soon you can figure out that, oh, I've honed in exactly on who it is I want to reach out to, and becomes one a lot faster and a lot more efficient if you're using Sales Navigator, but either one works. So that's another critical point, right? Either one works. So I'm going to suggest that if you have questions, you can put them in the comments below. Or here's the other thing you could do is you can go and watch our training at harnesstheweb.net/crushing-it. That's crushing-it. harnesstheweb.net. And with that, I think we're going to wrap it up because that's pretty much it for tonight. Unless somebody has a question right now, but I don't think I can see the questions because because the way I'm connected to Facebook, but I don't see any. So again, if you want to see what we have for you, we have a training that you might find really useful, and you can go to harnesstheweb.net /crushing-it. Again, that's crushing-it, and that's if you're interested in that. And I want to thank everybody for being here, taking the time, and with that, I'm going to say good night.